Hey guys, my name's Daniel, and I'm going to be going through some instructions on how to run our Game Jam game. So, this is the Game Jam page right here. And at the end of this, we're going to do a playthrough of the game just so that you can see kind of how it works in action. So, there are three different ways to run our game. There are three different ways, and you can't run it on the web. Right here, this is the notice that we have that right now, at least, it doesn't work on the web version. But if you try anyways, there are three different ways if you're going to download the Windows version. So there's Ollama, there's Azure, and there's ChatGPT. Ollama runs locally on your computer, so you need a really good computer to run the large language model, but it doesn't cost anything. You are using your own computer. The Azure and ChatGPT options, you basically make accounts on their site and you use their computers, their models, but you have to pay with tokens. But at least right now, those tokens are incredibly cheap. And if you sign up for Azure, it gives you like $200 worth of free tokens. And in developing the game, we only use like 2 cents. So way more than enough. It's just your choice on if you want to sign up or if you want to try Ollama. So the speeds of which the chatbot responds at differs, at least for me. I'm running this on a somewhat powerful gaming laptop, but it's a laptop at the end of the day. It takes me around, at the most, like 2.5 minutes, at the least, like a minute for Ollama to respond. But for Azure, it'll take like 30 seconds at the most. So just keep that in mind if you want to figure out the best experience to play our game. All three of these setups should work on Windows. So specifically, I'm going to be showing you how to install Ollama because that one, since it runs locally, takes a couple more steps. So let's go ahead and down here at the bottom are the instructions right here. All you need to do is really visit their download site right here, and it should automatically be ready to go. And then you're going to download an installer. In that installer, I probably have it in my downloads, but I already have it installed, so I'm not going to go through that process of installing an application. But once you get it, the Ollama window just looks like this. It looks like your basic chat bot. You have your older chats over here, and you have a place where you can send message. So to download a bot, all you got to do is click on this. This is the bot that we test with, DeepSeek R18B. This is the one I use. It's nice and lightweight. For my computer, it allows it to work. And so you just click the little download right here and it'll download to the spot. If you want to look at my settings, you don't need airplane mode on or off. I have the contents linked low and I have a custom D drive to hold the massive model with my storage space issues. And so once you have this window up, that's actually all you need to run. So if I open up the downloadable, so actually downloading our game, you can just do it through going to the latest, which in this case is 0.02. And then once it's done, you just unzip it. And so here's the build. It's pretty important to copy and paste that. And we'll go to downloads. And so now we have unzipped it right here. And we can open it up and play it right from here. On this screen, you click more info and then run anyways. Okay, you can see that. So the game works just great. And so now that we have, let me grab the window, we have this running. All we need to do is take whatever is right here and type it into the Ollama button. So you'll see that it says DeepSeek-R1:8B. You just click, and there we are. We are in the game. And so, like I said, I've noticed that the first chat message that you send takes a couple minutes, but we'll see how long this takes. Maybe I'll edit it down. So this is just sending a simple So yeah, there we are. We finally it took longer because I was recording, but if it's not working for you after a minute or so, be patient because depending on your computer, it may take longer. Otherwise, if it is taking as long as it just took that, then maybe considering signing up for Microsoft Azure or just watching a playthrough on my end. We're gonna hop into that playthrough in a second. So, as you remember, I just said like LOL or something, and so he does not like that. Anyways, let's get into the actual playthrough. Hello, and welcome to the playthrough segment of our game. I had the audio muted last time, but this time I have the audio playing a little bit. Let me turn it up. So hopefully it doesn't drown me out. That's a little too loud. But yeah, so I'm going to go through the game a little bit, talk about the game as the prompts are kind of going. I have it set up with Azure, so it should be a lot faster so that you can see the difference between that. When I was testing without OBS, the recording software made the timer take way longer than it should have. So we had a couple different people working on the game, and Andrew is our 2D artist who made these opening cutscenes. So let me kind of explain what's going on. What it's showing is you are at the Green Bay Global Game Jam, and here you have people jamming with their sausages, their cheese hats, their spotted cows, enjoying your time. And now, at the jam site, you notice a little something happened in the bathroom. And now it's up to you, the humble little man, to solve this mystery. And we jump right into it. So, there's 5 different NPCs for you to talk to in a world where we have a couple physics objects, and our main draw is these conversations. So this is Kai, and we're gonna figure out who this person is. So it's like, let's ask what happened last night. A simple question. Now, what I've noticed is that they're a little fuzzy on giving certain details or giving others. There are some that they give no problem, and then others that we may need to get out of them. So for me, what I did on this job, I guess while it's loading, last night around 10 o'clock, the washroom was wreck clogged, flooding mirrors smeared. I heard a cry. I saw Kyle leave around 10. Zach wasn't with him. Interesting. So this is kind of the main gist of, there's a lot of information to unpack here. 10 o'clock is when the incident happened. All this stuff happened. Kyle left and Zach wasn't there. So we should be looking at Zach and then maybe even talking to Kyle a little bit. So let me take some notes. So oh, I guess I can leave my notes on here. So Kai tells us that 10 o'clock incident, ignore my spelling, and then Zach left, oh no, Kyle left at 10. Good information to have. You left then. So Kai left at 10 as well. Interesting. That's kind of a lot of information to give. But we'll have to cross-check that with some of the other ones to see what they say. Let's see. You're Kyle. So we know Kyle left at 10 without Zach. So let's just say, what were Zach and you up to last night? So I Me and Kevin did a lot of the programming. Richmond did programming on cutscenes and the player movement. I did a lot of the front end UI, a lot of the logic stuff. Be specific. I left the site at 10 without Zach. We did some coding and casual chatting. Nothing juicy. I came back this morning with Zach. Okay, so that confirms what Kai told us. And so I said, what time did Kai leave? Do you like Kai? That way we can just make sure that Kai is telling the truth. See if he's a trustworthy character. Not sure when Kai left. I was heads down coding. I like Kai. He brings energy. Okay, so they're just not going to say anything. Alright, good to know. Let's head over to Matt. What happened? We don't know anything about Matt yet, so to the bathroom last night. And what time did you leave? Did you see anyone else or anything sus? We just say sus. So Kevin did a lot of the back-end programming on getting the models to connect with with Unity, and I connected that to Unity. Like, he had the raw data and I had it show up on screen. I did the select button, I did this UI, and yeah. Shut it! I left the site around 9 p.m. That would be beforehand because it happened at 10. I wasn't there last night and didn't see anyone sus. Okay. Let's just ask, who do you think did it? Who was left when you left? Did you leave with anyone? The chats are happening faster than they were before, which is something that also happens in Ollama, where the first chat always takes a while, and then the next couple of chats after that are a lot faster. You're the doo-doo bandit player. I left alone at 9. No one else was with me. I wasn't there last night. Quit playing dumb. So Matt is heavily convinced that we are the one who did it. Alright. What time did you leave last night? Who do you think did the bathroom thing? So Mike, do we have any information about Mike? No, we don't. We just have information about Zach. And so that's the last one we need. I left at 9 Saturday, back 11 a.m. Sunday. That's a long time to be gone, especially for the jam. I didn't know who did it or didn't see anything to pick up a suspect. And I'm not betting on your hunch. Well, that's great. Matt, right? Mike, you're Mike. So, we had 3 people working on the music, and that was... 1 second. Let me remember. Let me remember who worked on the music. There was 3 of them. Oh, great. Perfect. You get to see again. Ella, Joe, and Cody. Those were the ones who worked on sound. Left around 9. Didn't leave with anyone, I recall. I didn't see Matt leave with me. Well, I'd hope not. Interesting. And they could have just not been paying attention, but that is very interesting. This is our last individual, Zach. What time did you leave last night? And did you see anyone else leave? So we do know that Zach is friends with Kyle, and Kyle left at 10, so his story is really the most important of any of them. I left at 11. Well, that's after the incident, so... It makes sense that Kyle would leave without him. I didn't notice anyone else slip out. My head was busy with pizzas, sketches, and thinking of a new rift. Okay, not bad, not bad. At 10 p.m. Did you do it? Or did you see or hear anything? But yeah, the music by Cody, Ella, and Joe, they made 3 different tracks, and there was sound effects involved too. I don't actually think there was any sound effects in the game. I didn't hear anything near the restroom at 10 p.m. Jamming on riffs with a slice in my hand. I didn't hear anything unusual. I didn't see anyone leave. Well, Zach, you didn't see anyone leave? You didn't know anything? Let's talk to Matt. Okay, so but yeah, this project was pretty ambitious. No, I didn't see Mike leave last night. Okay, so neither of them saw each other. Which really doesn't help. So Zach stayed the latest and says he didn't see anything, and nobody says they saw anything. But let's see. He was the one that thought it was us. Let's go back over to Mike and see what Mike thinks. Well, let's see who Zach thinks the culprit is. Who do you think did it? At 10. So there are limitations with the chatbot, and we had goals of like, right now, the characters and the roles are randomized, but they're still seated. 10 p.m. I wasn't near the restrooms. I saw Mike in the main hall and Matt near the kitchen. Oh, okay. Kyle was around too. But where? Where was Kyle? No solid leads can say who did it yet. Okay, so according to my notes, Mike left at 9, and Matt left at 9. Kyle was in the common area around the lounge chatting with folks. I didn't see him near the restrooms. So he didn't see anything. He didn't see anyone near the restrooms. Interesting, Zach. Very interesting. So Kyle over here, left at the same time. I mean, left at 10. Who was around at 10 p.m. when you left? You see the bathroom. At 10 p.m., I left alone. Zach wasn't with me. Okay, so Zach's the one that stayed late. I didn't see anyone near the bathroom, just coding and packing up. Interesting that Zach would throw out names of people that were gone. Almost like he wasn't around that area. But let's talk to them about it. We need to talk to Matt or Mike to see. And you are no fun. The first one we talked to was Kai. We haven't talked to them in a while, but he seemed pretty set. Kai left at 10 though. So... Oh wait. Yeah, Kai and Kyle both left at 10. Zach says you are around at 10 p.m., but you left at 9. Convince me you're not the stinker. Left at 9 sharp. I wasn't around at 10. Zach might be misreading the clock or bluffing. I'm not a stinker. Thank you for that information. It's not really much. Let's go talk to Kai. Okay, so Mike and Matt say they left at 9, you left at 10, so you should know if they were there at 10 or if they're telling the truth. This project, it was ambitious. Kyle left at 10. I know that. I didn't see him with Mike or Matt. I didn't see Mike or Matt at 10. I only heard the 10 p.m. cry in the restroom. I can't verify their 9 p.m. claims. I was focused on the scene. Interesting. So he heard a cry, but he saw Mike... No. He saw Kyle leave. So if Kai is telling the truth, that would mean that Zach did it. But now we just need to figure out if Kai is it or not. So then let's just straight up confront Kyle. We'll use specific wording culprit to be Kai or Zach. Which would you pick? You must pick one. The amount of resources that went into this chatbot were pretty fun. And it's a really unique project for a game jam because we got all the code working of chatting with the bot and connecting it with it, and then all the logic. Can't pick. I won't betray my best friend Zach. What do you mean by that? You won't betray your best friend Zach. Why? What do you mean by betray him? I mean, I won't pick between Kai or Zach. Zach is my best friend, and loyalty, my friends, matters. I'm not betraying him. From Zach did it. I mean, you mean you know who did it, and you won't say? Yes, I know, but I won't say. My loyalty to Zach comes first, even if it weighs on me. I think that's pretty clear evidence of our culprit. Let's see what you say to that. No, I won't confirm or accuse Zach. Loyalty is my best friend. It comes first, even if it stirs up doubt. So you think it was Kai? We gotta pressure Kyle because he... I mean, we know Kyle's good. We know it's not him if we trust Kai. I can't say it's Kai. I won't accuse anyone without solid proof. Loyal to Zach. We all need to reveal evidence before pointing fingers. Interesting indeed. I'm just curious what would happen if we told Kai over here that Kyle said it was him. How would he react? And I believe him. There we go. So these bots are truly merciless when it comes to talk. We've already been at this for a long time, so... I didn't do this. Kyle left. I heard a 10 p.m. cry. Prove it was me. If Kyle's blaming me, maybe he's deflecting. But we know it's not Kyle, right? What would he be? Unless he's covering up for Zach. Because obviously they're best friends. Also, he admitted he knows. He knows who did it. Not sure if it's Kyle. If he did, he dodged guilt by blaming others. Maybe me or Zach to try and stay clean. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Do you think Kai broke the bathroom at 10? I'm not sure who else it would be. Which isn't true. I think that it could be any of the three. I think it could be Kai. I think it could be Matt. I think it could be Zach. I doubt Kai. He was in the gym area working out, not near the restroom. No solid lead. Keep checking other folks. About Kyle. So both. Kyle won't say if it's either of them. But Kai said it wasn't Kyle. He didn't do anything suspicious. What about you? I left at 11. I was in the jam room with pizza, not even near the restrooms. I didn't hear it. Okay. Okay. So he doesn't think it's anybody. Kyle was pretty nervous. Kyle seems like he was willing to rat out Zach. Kyle tends to sniff out trouble and stay quiet. If he suspects me, he won't rat me out. He's loyal to his friends. Interesting. Well, I think I know who it is. So these are our suspects list right here, and if we click one, then it'll tell us if we're correct or not. But if we're wrong, then it will... If we're wrong, it won't tell us who the correct person is. So I want to leave a chance for you guys. If you want to go, if I aggravated you, go download the game and ask questions. Figure out who you think it is. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But I'll give you a little bit of a warning if I'm correct or not. I won't say who it is. So look away. I'm going to select who I think it is in 3, 2, 1. And I'm correct. I know exactly who it is. So with that, that's been the playthrough of this game. Thank you so much for joining me on this mystery. And if you like the game, then credits to the people who made it. We worked pretty hard on making this. We had a team of 7, and I'm very proud of the final product. It's unlike any other game jam that I participated in yet. It was very ambitious to work specifically with AI and work on all these new tools that I kind of dove into. So, thanks for watching. Bye!